arrive November 29th at 9 p.m. The Toys for Tots train will arrive December 6th, time to be determined, possibly 4. And reminder, IEP, the village will be giving away 2 LED light bulbs when you present your December bill at the village. It will be after December 1st.
George, I noticed in the paper it said for residential customers, does that mean somebody that owns a
You're
building?
good business, you ain't gonna get it.
Oh, I don't want it, but it, there's a lot of other business.
Yeah.
Is it strictly?
It's supposed to be residential customers. I can't see that.
I don't understand why.
Actually, they ordered, the bulbs to all the bills, so these people have a bill they can get to it.
Okay, so it's not just residential.
We'll check it out.
And the last thing on my agenda is parking ban in the village of Rouses Point, no overnight night parking, from 6 a.m.,
2 a.m.
2 a.m. to 6 a.m., starting December 1st. That's so they can keep the streets clean. And that's it for me. Trustee Moore.
I have nothing.
Thank you, Trustee Moore. Trustee Mott.
Well, we have a slight issue, I guess, or an update, I should say, on the tree. Jean, can you tell us what you found out?
Yes, on the tree on Washington Avenue, I had one individual respond interested in taking the tree down, and I have spoken with Mr. Gibo. I am waiting for him to get back to us as to what his position is in that regard. So hopefully we'll have more at the next meeting.
Okay. That's all I have.
Thank you, Trustee Mark. Trustee Treadwell.
Well, I have an update on the library ramp, which has been going on for about a year now, I guess. So the grant we have, or we got, says it needs to be a metal ramp with composite decking. So I've got pricing from a welder, Ashley Stan Jasperger, across the bridge there, to do the ramp out of aluminum and then do it with composite decking. His price to build the ramp and install the ramp is $14,500. The composite decking is around $2,000, and the screws it takes to go through the composite and down through the aluminum is $500, for a total of $17,000. That's the railing and everything.
Now, this is paid for by a grant, no?
Yes, correct. Yep. So Gene will have exact figures on that, but we got 19,000 and something, right?
19.5.
19.5 from the grant, and the village had to match 25% of that?
The total grant was $25,004, I believe.
Okay.
And the village would match 25% of that.
Right. Okay. So that's what it is, 17,000. The village crew would have to screw the decking down on it, because Stan said he's not a carpenter, he's a welder. So,
He's a very fine welder, I'll tell you, that's
Yeah.
gonna be very professionally built.
yeah, so that's where we're at with that. IED is paying for the door, the new door to put in down there. And the installation will have to come out of that grant as well. And so the only thing that we're waiting on is pricing. Gina's went up to 3 contractors with a little roof that goes over the top of it. But it looks like we're gonna be within our budget. DS Specialties.
Does that in-kind services count for that? If the village screws the deck, does that count as part of our?
Okay, yeah.
What about removal of the old ramp?
The village would have to do that.
That'd be in-kind services.
In-kind services, yeah. That's part of our 25%.
Right,
Yeah, coming up to that. Exactly. So, if that's being said, what do you guys, I mean, we've been waiting for like a year. Do we want to move forward with this project?
Well, it's gonna happen before snowfall.
Yeah, that's where it's, because I've been working with Stan trying to have him hold a slot for us, so if we decide to move forward, we can get it done and get it put in before everything freezes up on us. And he's just waiting for us to get
No, we
the
can do
okay.
it once it
Probably
starts.
will be 2 weeks.
We'll take 2 weeks ago.
In install. Because because he's gonna do the install down there. And the legs are gonna be adjustable, so if things move, they can just adjust, the legs will adjust and come back.
Are they going on pylons below the frost, or is it just gonna be sitting on the ground?
Sitting on cement, and then it's gonna, his legs that he's putting every 8 feet, it will be adjustable. So if the frost moves, you can just turn the set screw and they just adjust, so.
He's putting in the cement,
That's just a cement, like a pillow pad, that's rather than it is.
so they can work up and down with the
Yeah.
frost.
So it's a screw jack or something like that?
Yeah, no, it's actually just a slider, but,
Oh,
he
really?
has a design for it, it's kinda hard for me to explain, because I'm not a welder. So,
Now, this is the, I certainly don't wanna throw a wrench in gears here, but, you know, the pitch and all this stuff for the wheelchair ramps and all that, he's gonna have this built for the handicap
he did
spec?
that, yeah, he's been working with Doug Ferris,
Okay.
our engineer, and working with John over there. So Doug's sending all the specs that need to be, the height of the handrail for the handicap, the width of everything, the pitch and everything like that. It's, he's been working with Doug Ferris. He drove to Willsboro to look at their ramp down there, that Doug also engineered that one as well. He drove down and looked at that one as well, so that he would have an idea of what Doug was looking for. So,
Can I say something?
absolutely.
You never got did you ever get a quote from Francis Duquette? He's a welder and stuff like that down at Plattsburgh. He does a lot of welding for like the colleges and stuff like that, fire escapes and all that
Yeah.
stuff and everything, yeah.
No, I did not.
He's up by the air base.
Yeah.
I've had him do stuff for me, and his decimal point seems to always be in the wrong spot.
I'm not sure, I'm
He's worked for the village.
Do we
Did a
need
lot of work
more,
for the village before.
do we need more than one price if it's a grant, or?
Yeah, they're working on that. They're working on that. We can't do anything with it.
That's a good suggestion,
I
Ben.
just wanted to be,
He wouldn't even, Kenny, he wouldn't even bid on a job that small, he's big time.
Oh, I know he's big time, but I mean, you know, he does have guys that go around and does this and stuff like that,
Right.
you know, but I mean,
All right.
no, Gene will get other prices for that, but I just got it. I was asked to get one from Stan, so that's what they ended up doing, so,
yeah.
no problem.
Good thought.
That's
That's all I
it,
have.
Joe.
That's all I
Thank you,
have.
Joe. Carol?
I have nothing.
Jean?
I have nothing at this time.
Becky?
Nothing.
Brian? We need a motion to adjourn.
I have a comment.
Wait a minute.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Comment from the public.
Yep, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Sir, do you have a comment also?
Benny's talking.
Benny's-
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. Hi, my name is Richard Sluska. I own a couple of properties here in Rouses Point. I'm not a resident, but I pay a bunch of taxes here. The last time I was here at a board meeting was in May 16th of 2011. And I was complaining about the same thing then that I'm going to complain about now. The condition of the building at 93 to 95 Lake Street. That building is an eyesore. The side of that building has to be taken care of. I've contacted, let's see, when Mike Tatro was here, him, contacted Cliff Sterling, the present code enforcement officer, and I can't seem to get anything accomplished. Now, I've owned my building for 8 years. I realize that the owner of the other building has only owned it since 2010, which is only about 5 years ago. But I don't think that, I think that's enough time, basically, that he should be able to at least accomplish putting some siding on his building over there. At the time that I bought my building, Rouses Point was supposedly undergoing some community renovations here, which is why I purchased my building. I spent a lot of money renovating and rehabbing my building at 89 Lake Street, and now I'm trying to sell it. My plans have changed. I'm an old man now at this point, and I'm looking forward to trying to retire from being a landlord. And potential buyers who come through and look at my building are always asking me, when is this building going to fall down? Why isn't this guy doing something about this? Why isn't the village doing something about this? Why do they allow this to perdure like this? And I had no response because I have a stack of letters that I've sent and phone messages that I've sent to Mike Tatro and when he was here, and now Cliff Sterling for a number of times. Now, I know that the code enforcement officer position now is only a part-time position, but I think that you've got some problems here in this village. As I drive around here, you've got some things that should be taken care of and should be addressed with, I think, in my opinion, a full-time code enforcement officer. I think it's something that you've gotta have here in this village. You can't have somebody who's working 15 or 20 hours a week and expect him to stay on top of not only code enforcement and maintenance issues, but building permits, people who sit there and do things on weekends when no one's around to see them do things. All these things affect the village, and they affect the welfare and the livability of this village here. You've got a great little village here, right on the lake. Yeah, there's some tough times that you've had for a couple of years with the drug company and going out and everything like that. But you've got to maintain, you tried to maintain, and you've got to maintain what this village looks like. And you can't allow people to sit here and just throw caution to the wind and not care and not repair their buildings. It's in your code. You guys have a code here. It's in your code that you have to maintain your buildings. And so I don't quite understand, unless it's the point that you don't have a full-time code enforcement officer, why you are allowing these things to endure and to continue.
Which building?
Can I answer that?
Sure, go ahead.
No, George should answer that.
What question,
No.
George?
I know why the guy doesn't fix the building.
Let me speak, guys.
Go ahead.
You talking about the insurance place you own?
Yes,
Okay.
the
I
building
talked-
next to it.
Yeah, talked to Clifford today, and you're allowing that guy to go on your, I guess the property line's so short to his, and you're allowing him to go on your property to fix it,
All the guy has to do is contact me and tell me when he's gonna repair his building.
and you allow him on your,
Of course.
all right, I'll get with Clifford tomorrow and let him know that. and
Okay.
Clifford send him
I
that.
told Clifford this
Okay.
8 months ago,
We'll do that.
okay? I told him this 8 months ago.
Okay,
The person that we're dealing with next door who owns the building happens to be, in my opinion, a very arrogant individual who doesn't seem to care about too much of anything. So, I don't know what's going on,
okay, well,
but I have no problems. I want the building taken care of. I can't sell my building with that building. The value of my building is decreasing every day that building looks like that, quite honestly. And as I say, if the problem here is you don't have a full-time code enforcement officer, then maybe you should think about hiring one or increasing Cliff's hours. Thank you.
Yep.
I hated to lengthen
Well, I know
your,
I had one
hated to
comment.
lengthen your meeting.
One comment for you. I
Yes.
know the guy that was gonna fix the building and stuff like that, and I don't know if you own the property back there or what, but the guy couldn't go on that property. He wouldn't let him on the property to fix the side of the building.
What
I know
year-
that happened a long time ago.
Well, what year was this? Because I've owned the building since 2007.
Well, it was probably before that. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyhow,
Anyway, so you're gonna talk to Clifford
I'll
on
talk to
that?
Clifford.
I didn't
Once
know
that
that.
gentleman
This gentleman
gets your-
said it's okay to.
let
get
you
on
know
his
when he's
property.
going to fix it.
He's got
get your
to,
permission to get on the
give me a time frame.
Okay.
Okay,
Start date, end date,
I'll get a hold of
and
Clifford
that's
tomorrow.
it. He's required to make sure that he doesn't mess up my property. He's got 2 feet that he's allowed to go onto my property. I can sit there and say, you know what, I want this building finished, so, let's try and get something accomplished here. Right?
on the railroad station, you got some more slate fell off
I
the road.
know, I've been told.
Inside.
And not only that, last year, it was brought up to the village board that 2 people were supposed to put them clips on the thing to hold the ice back and stuff. That hasn't been done yet.
I thought the same gentleman that patched the roof last time was gonna do that. What goes on there?
There's clips up there.
What was his name?
Not
Diesel?
all the way around,
Was
but
it
where
Diesel
the
that did
doorways
that last
are.
time?
Yeah, where the doorways are,
Yeah.
but on the railroad side, that's the bad side.
Yeah,
When
but
the sun
there's
hits on
some
that
clips
side,
on that side.
the sun hits on that side and the snow comes off in there, let me tell you.
Yeah. I
Might come down,
understand
but-
Benny, but I was up there, this morning, because fire extinguishers, I walked around the building, there is clips on that side, around where the doorway is.
You talking about the track side, Benny?
Track side.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that the side that the slate's coming off as well? No.
Anybody else?
You got that whole diesel, so-
Going to there.
One other thing on your trees, I don't think the village should get involved in any trees. You open up a can of worms on this,
We know.
I think they're gonna happen.
Well, we've
I
been
think-
talking about that.
I think you're talking about that, John.
Yeah.
And once you do one,
I know.
the people are gonna come here and they're gonna bitch and moan.
Well, it was initially, we were supposed to ask the attorney's opinion, and it turned into, we haven't received the bill yet, but I'm sure it's up there.
Yeah,
Already seen one bill.
yeah.
And,
Yeah.
We gotta set some guidelines, after we get his opinion on it, we know where we stand, and then we'll know what we can.
I have a motion to adjourn.
Hang on, he's still talking.
What?
He's still talking.
I know, but I have a motion, I'm just letting you know.
I'm done.
Okay, very good. Anybody else have anything?
No, you don't have an executive session, Chris.
Nothing?
You don't have an executive session.
Do you wanna have one motion?
You wanna have one?
Joe second the motion.
You better take it under that.
Yeah.
That's
You
exactly what I
seconded
said.
the motion?
What do you mean?
I know it's, something's wrong.
Yeah.
For too long.
Motion made and seconded.
Get out of here before you
Any
change your
discussion?
mind.
No, all
No,
in
all right.
favor? Aye.
Aye.
You got it.
Almost a Russian parallel.
717 was the record. This is 717 now.
Is that a record?
717 was the record, I think.
I got here at 7:02, and I guess I missed my chance to speak then. I could have
Yeah,
been
there
here
was,
already.
I think
there
it's
was a guy that
718 right
was
now.
gonna do that years ago. I don't know how long ago, I've been retired from the village for 15 years and stuff like that.
You too?
I know he was gonna do it back then, even, because he started to tear the siding off in it, and the guy told him to get off his property and stuff. But that, like I said, that was 15 years ago.
Right. At this point, you know, there are certain guidelines in the deed, and it's supposed to start such a
Oh, I know.